the organization to invite me to this conference. And I'm from Brazil, and I decided to talk about cats because in Brazil we have 22 million household cats now. And for this reason, we have many services for cats. We have many cat clinics, for example, o Gato Consultório Felino in Porto Alegre, and we have another example, the cat from Ipanema in Rio de Janeiro. And a few months ago, we have the first cat hospital in Brazil. The name is For Cats, and it's located in São Paulo. In Rio de Janeiro, we have 9 million people. In São Paulo, we have about 20 million people living in the city. And the number of the cat as a pet is increasing because the people think that the cat is educated easier than dogs, for example. For example, cats you don't have to take out every day. Cats, the people think that they don't have to be trained and they are more independent. And some owners think too that the cats can be alone, stay alone for a long time. But for the cats, it's not so simple because the cats have specific needs and they are they can form interspecific and interspecific relationships. For example, in the study for Reno in 27, he showed that the cat, the world is an important part of the cat social environment. Look, it's my client, and the people think that no, the cat is easy to stay at home. And about the environment, we can divide the environment in the core zone. The core zone is the area specific for the cat that the cat can be security. In this area, the cat can be relaxing, the cat can eating, the cat can play. Another area is the territory. This area, the cat is defended against another cat. The cat you defend against invasion. And another one is the home range. The home range is the area that of the cats can run around about. And it's important to understand that in this area we can find stressors. Stressors like lack of high places, insufficient resources, insufficient little trays, hide places, moved, for example. And another stressor is the introduction of new cats and animals. And in my experience in Brazil, I have many clients that have problem with interspecific aggression because the people just take another new cat to the home. And these stressors can be cause of the problem behavior. For example, anxiety and scratching on furniture, feeding problems, aggression, inappropriate urination, inappropriate elimination, defecation, spraying. And a new study showing that a group of household cats, if you increase from 1 square meters for 4 square meters for cats, you can increase the play behavior. And when cats are housed 1 square meters, the lacking body contact between cats and the activities increases too. And think about it and to understand how the cats live, a group, I decided to do research, and I participated from this study with Chiara Maritz from Italy, Diogo Moraes and Gonçalo da Graça Pereira from Portugal. And the aim of the study was to assess how the indoor lifestyles can affect the cat's welfare and behavior. For this study, an 8-item questionnaire was applied online in Italy, Brazil, and Portugal. And just one questionnaire to a cat owner, regardless the number of the cats. And for exclusion criteria, we used no more than 50 completed sentences, one less than 18 years old, double answers, and black answers. And we had 5,743 respondents, and 90.5% were women, and the average age of respondents were 36 years old. 89% of the cats were neutered, and 87.9% of the cats had complete access to the house. About the cat lifestyle, we have 7 kinds of lifestyle. The first one is the cats that live exclusively at home, and we have 36.7% of the cats. These cats that live exclusively at home, there is no area that they can go out. The second is that cats live mainly at home if they access to the roof, balcony, or terrace. And we have here 27.2%. The difference that cats can live inside, but there is a small area where they can go out. Another one are the cats that live mainly at home with the access to yard, wide open space. And here we have 29.2%. These cats live inside, but there is the area where they can go out. Normally, the owner decides when these cats can go out. For example, you have this video. Like this cat. There is an area, but I think that he prefers the neighbor's yard. Another one is the cats live mainly at the roof, balcony, terrace, with the access to the house. They can go into the house sometimes. Another one is the mainly at the yard, wide open space, with access to the house. The difference that these cats live outside, but sometimes they can go into the house. The 6 are the cats living exclusively outdoor. And the last one is that the cats seasonal. The cats that the owner see the cat some periods of the year. And about the origin of the cats, we have more than 50% of the cats are stray cats. We can see here, we have 42.8% the cats were found, 14.6% the cats were by association, and 23.5% of the cats were donated by friends. And we found some behavior problems. The first one is the scratch furniture and sofa. And we found association with the cats that have more problems are the cats that live exclusively at home, and the cats that live mainly at home with access to roof, balcony, and terrace. And we found too that the cats have less problem are the cats that live mainly at home with access at the yard or open space. And the cats have less problem too, living mainly at yard with access at home. And it can be a normal behavior if, for example, there is no scratching post inside the home, or the scratching posts are not ideal place. Unlike that the cats are access to open space, can find another place to scratch. And it can be an abnormal behavior caused by anxiety, insecurity, attract human interaction, or frustration. Another problem we found, it was excessive vocalization. And it was more problem with cats living exclusively at home, and less problems with cats who live mainly at home with access to yard, wide open space, or with the cats living mainly at yard, wide open space with access to the house. And it's because, for example, by anxiety, attention-seeking behavior, hunger, pain, sensory decline in older cats. Another problem that we found were eating not eatable objects. And we found more problems with cats living exclusively at home. And less problems if the cat was living mainly at home with access at the yard, wide open space, and with the cats that live in mainly at yard or wide open space with access to the house. And it be caused by genetic, like Oriental breeds, cat winning experience, period of high level of stress early in the life, anxiety, inadequate stimulation, or emotional conflict for the cat. And it was, with hiding places, it was interesting result because we found a significant association between hiding place with scratch the furniture sofa, fear of strangers, fear of family animals, eat not eatable objects, remain hidden for a long time, and nocturnal activities. And it's important because the significant association between hiding place and all those behaviors can be related to anxious or phobic cats, and probably they use the possibility of hiding as a strategy to avoid stressful situations. Another thing that we had important results, it was a little cat ratio. We analyzed the little cat ratio, and we found a significant relation with the more little traits, less problems for behavior problems, specific behavior problems. For example, the cat that had more little traits had less aggression towards other animals. You can see here the average, lower average is for the cat having more aggressive behavior. And when they have higher average little cat ratio for cats without aggressive behavior. The same thing for fear of the strange. The higher average, it's a lower problem behavior for fear of the strange. Then the cat that has more little traits have less problem with fear of the strange. For the excessive vocalization, again, the cats that have a higher little cat ratio have less problem with excessive vocalization. And the cats that have less little traits have more problem with excessive vocalization. And the fear of family animals, the same thing. The cats with more little traits have less problem with fear of family animals. And for the conclusions, we found that the cats live exclusively at home, and that home with access to balcony, roof, and terrace are more susceptible to behavior problems, like scratching sofa, excessive vocalization, it's not eatable objects, than cats with access to large open space or living outside the home. The little cat ratio lower is related with some behavior problems, and so the domestic cat lifestyle can be caused of stress, anxiety, fear, and can influence the development of behavior problems. Thank you. If you have questions.
Thank you, Simone. I will have time for questions. People are already typing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Sarah, I understand the behavior benefits of allowing cats outside, but some areas they have invested in effects of wild animals. In your opinion, you would be the best solution to supervise such dogs. Yes, if you can supervise them, I think that is the ideal, because if they can have access to an open space, you will be have less problem behavior. Less infect outdoor and the protection health problems like fever. Are you talking for Brazil? In Brazil, we have a lot of problems. For example, in Rio de Janeiro, where I live, it's a big city, and then it's not easy. I don't say to permit to the cat put the cat outside, because we have a problem with the diseases. We have a problem with the trafficking, and in the big city, I think that it's better take the cat indoor. But this study was did in Portugal and Italy too. It's not only in Brazil. And we have the theory, like in Italy, we have theory with more calm theory and explain that's not so dangerous. And the best solution, supervise. Yes, I think that you can supervise Sarah is better. Karen, what's the opinion benefits mental and physical health in cats? For example, letting cats out the door and the protection health. I think that in Brazil the cats are more secure indoor. And they can live more. Thank you.
Hello?
One more question?
Thank you very much for your presentation. And somebody is still typing. Just wait 1 second to see if there are other congratulations for your presentation or if there are questions. That's what. Can you wait 1 more minute, Simone, with us?
Probably can wait. Many thanks. Here are the next solution. Same care cats. Oh my God. In preference to main position. We want to control your tonight. And I think that Elizabeth, you have to think in the rural areas. I don't have too much experience in rural areas because I live in the big city, but I think that it will not be a problem with the wildlife. You can try use the cats to control, but you have it available where do you live. And why do you think 90% of the response were feminine? I don't know. I think that there are many girls that have a cat. I think that when I can see, but maybe to the women prefer respond the questionnaire. Are you more patient? I don't know. Any chance of having aspects files or presentation? Any chance? I think that the next year I try to do an article and publish them the results. Thank you. It's a practice where I live, which works very well. Thank you. Thank you.
Very well, since that also cats are an interesting topic for people that listen about the attendees, where mainly listen about dogs and the comparison of between dogs and wolves and so on, and it was something different. So I think that David wants to
Yes.
tell some words.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Okay, Simone, thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Very interesting presentation, a very interesting research. I hope you have a lot of success with that.